بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألف لام ميم ذلك الكتاب لا ريب فيه هدى للمتقين.
Interpretation of the Holy Quran.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. With the help of Allah, we begin a brief commentary of Quran. We got to chapter Maeda, the 5th chapter of Quran, which is revealed in Medina. It has 120 verses. Please listen to verse 89.
لا يؤاخذكم الله باللغو في أيمانكم ولكن يؤاخذكم بما عقدتم الأيمان فكفارته إطعام 10 مساكين من أوسط ما تطعمون أهليكم أو كسوتهم أو تحرير رقبة فمن لم يجد فصيام 3 أيام ذلك كفارة أيمانكم إذا حلفتم واحفظوا أيمانكم كذلك يبين الله لكم آياته لعلكم تشكرون.
Allah does not call you to account for what is weighing in your oaths, but He calls you to account for the making the deliberate oaths. So it is expiation is the feeding of 10 poor men out of middling you feed your families, or their clothes, or the freeing of a neck. فمن لم يجد فصيام 3 أيام ذلك كفارة أيمانكم إذا حلفتم واحفظوا أيمانكم كذلك يبين الله لكم آياته لعلكم تشكرون. But whoever cannot find, then fasting for 3 days. This is an expiation of your oaths when you swear, and guard your oaths. Thus does Allah make clear to you His communications that you may be faithful. In this verse, Allah is talking regarding to swearing to Allah. We said that Allah had ordered people to use whatever is legal. Since there were some people who swore to God not to eat, for example, halal food, or not to sleep in the night, or not to be with their wives, because of that, Allah started to talk about the issue of swearing. The swearing to Allah has different situation in different cases. Some of them will bring some obligations, some of them are useless and vain. Because of that, Allah is going to talk about the different kinds of swearing. Allah says, لا يؤاخذكم الله باللغو في أيمانكم. Allah is not going to punish you because of your swearing and your oaths if it is lagw, if it is vain. From this sentence, we understand that there are different kinds of swearing. Sometimes we swear, our oath is regarding to something that happened. It is a kind of news. For example, I say, there was an accident yesterday, and I swear to God that there was an accident or somebody died. This kind of swearing either is true or wrong. If it is true, that is okay, it is not forbidden. If it is wrong, of course I have committed sin, and it is lying and it is a sin. So sometimes it's halal and sometimes it's haram. Exactly the same as a person, for example, that goes to the court. When somebody claims something from you, he claims that you owe him something and he cannot prove it. Then the judge can ask you to swear. If you swear and you tell the truth, that's okay. If you swear and you lie, this is wrong. This is exactly the same. So some swearing is about something that happened, and either we tell the truth or we lie. If we tell the truth, is okay. If it is wrong, we have committed a big sin. This is one kind of swearing. Another kind of swearing is like we swear to do something by our intention, by freedom. We swear that, for example, every day we'll recite some parts of Quran, some pages of Quran. We swear to do it. We swear that we go on Friday, for example, to visit the shrine of one of the imams or prophet, for example. It becomes obligated. In such a case, if we don't do it and we break our oaths, then it is haram, it is forbidden, first, and second, kafara is obligated, expiation, a kind of punishment. We should be punished. And what is the punishment? Allah is going to tell us that what is the punishment if we break our oaths. So the second kind, something which is good, if we swear to do it and we don't do it intentionally, this is obligated and it is forbidden to not to do it. And if we break our oaths, it means we don't follow our oaths. There is expiation, there is a kafara that we should pay it, as Allah says. What is the expiation? And there is a third kind of swearing, which is lagv. Lagv, it means there is no goal, there is no intention behind that. For example, I say, yes, I swear I'm going to jump from this car, for example, this wall, and I want only to play with these words. This is vain, this is useless. That Allah says, Allah will not punish you because of that. There is no expiation for this one. Or somebody forced me to swear to do something. If you force me and swear, of course, it has no effect and it is useless, it is a vain, and Allah is not going to punish us because of that. This is al-lagv, it is vain. And this is something that Allah says, لا يؤاخذكم الله باللغو في أيمانكم. Or if I swear that tomorrow morning I'm not going to pray morning prayer, I swear to God. This is vain, this is useless. Because we cannot swear to God to stop obeying God. Or I'm swear to God that I'm going to drink wine. This is useless. This is vain, and Allah is not. There is no expiation to break such a oath. This is al-lagw. So there are three different kinds of swearing, and the third one is al-lagw, vain, and the second one, it is obligated to obey it. If we swear to do something which is good, it is good for ourselves. Religion says it is good. It is good for my benefit. I swear to God, for example, to recite a few verses of Quran, to do something good, to visit a member of the family, for example. And if we don't do it, it is forbidden first, and there is expiation. Here Allah says, لا يؤاخذكم بالله باللغو في أيمانكم ولكن يؤاخذكم بما عقدتم الأيمان. But if you decide intentionally to do something good and you swear, then if you don't do it, Allah is going to punish you, and there is expiation. You cannot break it, and there is expiation if you break it. What is expiation? What is kafara? Allah says, فَكَفَّارَتُهُ. The expiation is إِطْعَامُ عَشَرَةِ مَسَاكِينَ. Either we must feed 10 people, poor people. من أوسط ما تطعمون أهليكم. The normal food, average of food. It should not be there, is not necessary to be the best food, like the steak, for example, which is the most expensive food. Or very, very normal food like a little bread and a little salt, a little, I don't know, cheese. No, it's not enough. Average of food that we feed our family. من أوسط ما تطعمون أهليكم. The quality and quantity should be average of the food that we feed our family. It should not be the same as a food that a person who is eating a lot to feed such a person, 10 people, such a people, no. Or from the other side, one person eats very, very little, 1 bite or 2 bites is not accepted. This is quantity. Quality is the same, is not necessary to be the best or the worst or very, very normal food. No, average of people that we feed our family. أو كسوتهم, either to feed 10 people, 10 poor people. أو كسوتهم, to give them clothes, to wear themselves 10 people. أو تحرير رقبة, one of them, or to free one man, one person who is a slave, to buy him and make him free, which today we don't have a slave. So either if we break our oaths, either we should feed 10 people or we should give them clothes 10 people. Inshallah, the rest of the verse I'm going to talk about it in next section. Thank you very much for watching. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.